Bam. So we're going to talk about Kamala. So it's Kamala, but she had a response to Tulsi, of course. So I want you guys to hear Kamala's response.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate that we have someone on the stage who is attempting to be the Democratic nominee for President of the United States, who during the Obama administration spent 4 years full-time on Fox News criticizing President Obama.
That's
who
ridiculous,
has spent full-time,
That's
who has
ridiculous.
spent full-time criticizing people on this stage as affiliated with the Democratic Party. When Donald Trump was elected, not even sworn in, buddied up to Steve Bannon to get a meeting with Donald Trump in the Trump Tower, fails to call a war criminal by what he is as a war criminal, and then spends full time during the course of this campaign, again, criticizing the Democratic Party. What we need on the stage in November is someone who has the ability to win. And by that, we need someone on that stage who has the ability to go toe-to-toe with Donald Trump, and someone who has the ability to rebuild the Obama coalition and bring the party and the nation together. I believe I am that candidate.
Thank you, Senator. Congresswoman Gabbard, I'll give you a chance to respond.
What Senator Harris is doing is unfortunately continuing to traffic in lies and smears and innuendos because she cannot challenge the substance of the argument that I'm making, the leadership and the change that I'm seeking to bring in our foreign policy, which only makes me guess that she will, as president, continue the status quo, continue the Bush-Clinton-Trump foreign policy of regime change wars, which is deeply destructive. This is personal to me because I served in Iraq. I left my seat in the state legislature in Hawaii, volunteered to deploy to Iraq, where I served in a medical unit where every single day I saw the terribly high human cost of war. I take very seriously the responsibility that the president has to serve as commander-in-chief, to lead our armed forces, and to make sure always, no, I'm not going to put party interests first. I will put the interests of the American people
Congresswoman.
above all
I want
else.
to brief.
First of all, the stupid freaking moderator's cutting her off is really rude. I mean, that's just
Especially
like, let her finish her stuff.
When she's saying, I'm going to put the interests of the American people, not the party. And that's what I want to hear about from all the candidates. Like, I don't care about the Democratic Party. Like, why do you have loyalty to an emblem, to a label, to a letter? Like, I don't understand why there's such loyalty to that. Like, the loyalty is with the people. And this one of the many reasons Bernie Sanders attracted me back in 2015 was because he was like talking about the corruption in the Democratic Party. He was talking about how the whole system is corrupt, how everything is rigged, and talking about that and saying we need to make our government by and for the people. And she's echoing the same thing. And Kamala Harris, and she's right, Kamala Harris cannot respond to any substance. All she has is Trump, 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 and oh look, you talked on Fox News, and Assad.
Yeah.
Like what she meant when she said she won't call a warmonger. She was talking about Assad.
Yeah. And here's the thing: guess who the warmonger was in Syria? It was Barack Obama. I'm so sorry because this whole substance goes back to in this situation. Hillary too, but Obama was the one who was going around saying we're funding moderate rebels. They weren't moderate rebels. They were the most jihadist, crazy people you can go on the face of the earth. These were megalomaniac psychos from ISIS, Al-Qaeda, and it was bullshit. And she was calling him on it and saying, you shouldn't be doing that. That's dishonest. That's disingenuous over there. You're saying moderate rebels. You're lying to the people as we're funding the same people who supposedly killed us on 9/11. So that's what it's all about. And she was going on Fox, MSNBC. She was going anywhere she was going to say, no, you have to call these people for what they are. And she still gets blame on this one now. And people are like, oh, you're being bad to Muslims. You hate Muslims because you're saying this. No. Sycamore Timber. Look it up, Max Blumenthal. Hopefully we'll get him on the show, okay? We funded the craziest rebels out there from what was the Mujahideen in Afghanistan to now was what become ISIL, ISIS, Al-Qaeda. It's disgusting. And the fact that, all these establishment Democrats really make me sick when it comes to this because Assad wasn't the monster in Syria. We were. We funded the worst people. And we did it after we took Gaddafi's weapons and put it over into Syria after we toppled that government, which now has a slave trade. Sorry, did I get a little something on you, fam?
You always do this, fam.
I got a little
I gotta
man.
get like a case.
Well, you got to get something because we start talking about Syria.
It's timber sycamore, by the way, you guys, not sycamore timber.
Sycamore timber. Timber sycamore. It was Max Blumenthal, Management of Savagery. Some great stuff.
But I just want to show the hypocrisy of Kamala Harris because, well, first let's look at a picture
on my tweet over here
of Nancy Pelosi and Bashar al-Assad in a meeting. So are we going to ostracize Nancy and cancel Nancy, who is so wonderful and great in standing up to Donald Trump? No, we're not. We're not going to do that. Because
you know what they're saying?
This is
that was before we knew he was a crazy man.
Yeah, sure.
That was before he gassed people. Now after that.
Well, let's talk about war criminals.
All right.
Benjamin Netanyahu really likes Kamala Harris. They actually met together and they discussed the potential for deepening cooperation in water management, agriculture, cybersecurity, and more. I express my deep appreciation for America's commitment to Israel's security. All of these things are very terrible because Israel's security usually translates to killing more Palestinians. And of course, there she is with him. And of course, he has been indicted, course, on charges of bribery, fraud, and breach of trust, which, I mean, hopefully, let's hope it leads to, charges of war crimes because that's really what we should get him on.
Exactly.
But this is a war criminal. Yeah. This is a war criminal. So again, I wouldn't fault Kamala for meeting with him because she's an AIPAC darling, etc. Yeah. I mean, it's typical. This is where she gets her money. But I mean, to meet with somebody to avoid war, to meet with the president of the United States, what is wrong with meeting with the president? I mean, shouldn't we want the president of the United States to do well? Like, I'm just confused as to when that became a bad thing. Yeah, you don't have to like the guy, but you can at least meet with him to hopefully figure something out. I just don't understand.
I think Tulsi should do what she did to that one person who called her out or tried to call her out about, the Gujarat riots and Modi and whatnot. And she says, do you even know what that's about? Obama supports meeting with Modi and stuff like that. So anybody attacks her meeting with Bashar al-Assad, you should say, well, you don't agree with Obama and stuff. And meeting, that one tweet he put up is so damaging that he said he would meet with North Korea, Russia. He would meet with anybody on the campaign trail. He didn't do that when he got in office, but he said he would meet with all these people because even Buttigieg, when he was going after Tulsi while he was being attacked, even said Trump with Kim. It's like these Democrats, these establishment Democrats, they live in their own echo chamber. They live in their own bubble. They have no shot. If it ain't Bernie or Tulsi on that stage, you better forget about it.
And so Kamala Harris was also got money from Trump and Ivanka for her campaign in California, just in case we didn't know. And then on top of that, after she criticized Tulsi Gabbard
for going on Fox,
she went on Fox. I mean, let's be real here. She's one of the biggest hypocrites in the world. This one, and she just sunk herself more. She just sunk herself more, and I almost feel bad for her, but I don't. So
they knew that was coming, though. That was such a setup. She's such a lousy actor.
Yeah,
Kamala. Oh, and then she goes, "Now it's time for the speech." Boom. Like really, they knew that was coming.
Actor,
if you don't, I mean,
Cory Booker's better.
Oh my, then who? Kamala?
As an actor, yeah.
He's way better.
Yeah. He has that personality.
Yeah. Wait, so do you want to see the interview with Kamala and Fox?
If you want to give her the airtime, why not?
I just want to hear the BS that she says.
She is BS. She's the the woman is just.
Back to Atlanta, where correspondent Peter Ducey is working the spin room post-debate, and he snagged an interview of somebody who criticized someone else for being on Fox tonight. But you got her to do it, Peter. Kudos.
We did. Thank you. For the first time in any of the spin rooms.
The United States Senate, to the United States Senate. I am one of those women. So it was just a simple need to correct him on that issue.
And in the Harris versus Gabbard fight, make your case for why you came out on top.
Well, look, I am a lifelong Democrat, and I believe that there is a need to speak truth about what we've been witnessing in terms of the way that she has characterized the Democratic Party. And so that is what I did tonight.
Okay, so she's got nothing. First of all, Tulsi is a lifelong Democrat herself, so that's kind of...
That was like a whimpering answer.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you noticed Kamala. She was like, She looked like distraught or something.
Yeah.
Deer in headlights is what you're looking
deer
for.
in headlights, yeah.
I'm a lifelong Democrat. And,
She looked
oh my
uncomfortable.
God, look at the time.
She looked uncomfortable.
She needs to drop out. I have a feeling she will soon.
Yeah.